Well, hello everyone. I made it in. Chris and Liam are not able to make it today. I think they're crying because the stock is down. They're not too happy, so they couldn't show their faces. I'm just messing around. I don't know. Chris is probably working hard, and Liam is out there in the farm. You guys know he lives in the farm. He's out there taking care of the animals. So I figured let me jump in and at least do something so people don't think that like we're crying because RKLB is down and the whole market is down. Everybody's crying. Probably gonna be like, oh, see, see, guys, everybody wants to say something when the stock is up, but when the stock is down, nobody wants to show their faces. So I told them I'll do something at least for now, so that nobody can say that we didn't show our faces. Well, anyways, like, what do you guys think about everybody's portfolio? How's everybody's portfolio is doing today? Yeah, mine took a it's been a rough few days. Obviously down couple, couple maybe hundred thousands of dollars, a few $1,000s, let's say. But it's still pretty high. I'm not crying. It was still pretty high from $4 from the low, so I'm pretty happy. I did anybody buy today? I did. I've been buying on the way down. I think I bought some at 47 a little bit, 46, 45, 43 today. I bought a few times today, 43. I didn't cash the 42 because very early I told everybody, it's gonna be a bad day today, so I'm just gonna get my golf clubs and I'm just gonna go swing some balls out there and like just have some fun. It's one of those days. It's probably gonna be one of those weeks too. The market did the same thing last summer. Seems like we go through like a seasonal stuff where like we go up and down. We just went down like after February, April, and then we started going up. And last year around August 7, I think it's when we hit the bottom. End of July, August 7, we hit bottom, and then we started going back up slowly again. So I don't know. We might be in for a ride. So my plan is add a little bit every day, maybe see how it goes. If I can, I'll be adding. Anybody added today at a good price? Scott says he added 25% of my position back at 43. That's good. You saw what like did you get to sell like around 50? Like what I mean, if you sold like a 53 and you added some at 43, that's pretty good. 53, 43. I'll take it. Yeah, the whole market is down. It's gonna be. Oh, you saw 52. That's pretty good. Congrats, man. That was good. That was good. Good play. You really went from 50 to 43. Yeah, sure we did. Go on. Let's see. Have he said check? So we really went from 53 to 43. Yeah, that's what happens in the market, man. Like we was honestly like that red wire, like some of the ones that follow, like even ASTS, all of them have been going down since last week, slowly, but they're going down. And who knows? It's hard to call tops or bottoms. It might go down a little bit more. In my opinion, it probably will because it did it last year. But we'll see. Somebody had to sell. Best CNC, I had to sell a chunk to protect my margins. Oh, he's into margins. Well, good luck with that. Like, yeah, margins are tough, man. Like, I don't play with margins. I like to keep it simple, so I don't really get into margins, nor I don't really do options other than call options here and there when I think there's really a good opportunity. Like I've done it with Rock 11, another stock only. If I see a really good opportunity, I might buy some call options, but I don't do that. Margins, some people have done very well with margins, but I really don't like to get into margins. So I have no margins, zero margins, all. I got some cash though. I do have some cash because I did trade it. Like everyone knows, some Tesla before, and I bought and sold it again. And I do have some cash in my portfolio that I'm willing to use to add more Rocket Lab and maybe some more some of the space stocks. Let's see what happens. What people are doing here, doing in a Roth, so it's all about accumulation for me. That's good. Scott, you see, I was trying to swing a chunk through the Golden Dome earnings. Yeah, man, the Golden Dome is interesting. That's what, like, maybe margins is probably not a bad idea. I hope you timed that one right, but the Golden Dome could be announced like pretty soon. I mean, that's a good one. That's what like got into Redwire, and I'm getting to Redwire more now. Especially they started to go down. I think I got a 16, 15, and 14 again now too. I could be adding slowly. Adding to my positions in that RKLB. I think they'll benefit from. They'll benefit a lot from Redwire. I mean, from the Golden Dome for sure. And quick question. Let's see what we got here. He says we will ERB earnings per share again like the last 3 quarters. Any Neutron updates? 2025 delays to 2026. If earnings beat, Neutron news drop. Oh my God, what people think? Earnings is like next week, isn't it? Like it's coming up pretty quick on us, and I'm looking forward to August 7, and then pretty quick after that we're gonna get August 27. So yeah, that's a lot of companies, space companies reporting. Scotto posted something that did a list of companies reporting on the 7. So it's gonna be interesting. The 7, August 7 is gonna be very interesting. But oh man, that any news? Let's see. Not sure what the place this Scotto put it out there, so we could see who is. Give me a second. Let me share a different screen. Share Scott. Here we go. We should see the companies that are reporting right here on the top. But yeah, for your question, man, I don't know. The earnings, man, that's a big question. I mean, hopefully tomorrow we get a launch to have something extra. A Haste launch will be perfect tomorrow for right before the earnings, right before the end of the month. Something for us to get to talk about, something positive. The Haste is going. But earnings, I don't know. Last time earnings beat, I don't know. Hopefully, but they are moving along, building the pad at Wallops. Last time, I think they spent a little bit more than what everybody thought for the quarter. Hopefully, not this quarter. But what I'm looking more in the reports, the earnings call is. I'm looking for Neutron news, Neutron updates. So you're right, that's what I'm looking for more than anything else. I want updates on Neutron and updates maybe on the Flutterline. And we'll see. I think we'll definitely get some pictures from Neutron, from Wallops, the pad, maybe some new Archimedes pictures, maybe something from Space Systems, hopefully. That's really what I want to hear more from, actually. I want to know what's going on in Space Systems, because we haven't had a contract in over a year, and like there's something, I mean, we're due for a contract or something, and I really want to hear more about that. Maybe updates actually on a Flutterlight, and everything's beat. I don't know. That's a tough one. How much money they spent this quarter for Neutron. They're really pushing. Definitely pictures, definitely something. Back over 50, I don't know, because the market is kind of funny right now. Like you said, like PayPal bid 03 and dip 10%. Yeah, when the market is emotional, man. When the market as a whole is going down, we've seen this before where they beat and it still goes down. I mean, it happened even to Nvidia last quarter. I think they reported like in April when everything was gone down and they beat and it didn't matter. It still went down. it went down a lot, like I think below $100, and now look at it, it's almost 200. So when the macros, when the market is emotional, it's negative, it's like you could be, and it doesn't really matter, I think, sometimes, at least in the short term. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I mean, I hope it would be hopefully something, but let's see what else he's saying. PayPal, beta, Coley. Let's see. I don't know. They go. Let's see who else is reporting. We have here Scotto said that July 30, 31st, EOS Energy, the chief for. I guess he follows chief for. It's an interesting company. I invested in it a while back. We crossed 100 and I sold it. But the interesting thing is that the guy that was picked to be Isaac, man. He was CEO of that company, the one that was selected to be the head of NASA. But we all know how that went. And he was flying his cool fighter jet. He has a MiG that he was flying in an air show this past weekend. That was pretty cool to see. This is 5 and Limone, I don't follow none of that, but the space on the 7, you got Blast Guy, Red White, Rock Lab on the 7. And then there's we're trying to figure out Kratos is mixed, like I'm getting mixed states. They either report on the 6th or the 8th. But that one I want to keep a look and keep an eye on that one because I'm investing in Kratos, but Kratos is, and they have that partnership with Haste with Rocket Lab. So we want to see that partnership flourish a little bit more, see what Kratos has to say. Maybe I like to look into Kratos reports, calls, because they might have something to say that Rocket Lab didn't mention that might benefit Rocket Lab in the Haste in that program. So, and I also invested in the company. It's a good company. Like the CEO too. But that, like, I don't think there's much news other than that. And see what else. I don't know. Wallops, Vantage. He posted a picture. I guess and the Haste for, like, obviously Jake 4 is the name of the Haste. It's supposed to launch. We got new days, and I looked into it, and yeah, that FAA TFRs were already approved, like, and they're already activated, I think. Well, not activated, but they're already on the website. They are filed. But if you go to the FAA, you can Google that if you guys want to know how to do it. Just Google FAA space TFRs, and it will bring you to their website. And you click on the website there, and it's pretty easy to use. You go to the drop-down menu on the left, and you'll see the TFRs. I'll probably do it for you guys. Show you. Yeah, you can see the TFRs, which I'll keep checking every day just to see when we are getting anything out of Wallops. So I look at TFRs. Look it up, and I'll bring the page up. Virginia. Oh, they actually added another day. They only had 3. Let me show you guys. Stop screen. Change screen. Let's see. FAA. Yeah, I guess they got another one. Which one they added? The second? I think they only had 3 when I checked the other day. So now they have TFR space operations. That's what you want to look for. That's what I look for, the space operations. And here's oh, cool. If I do that, so I look for space operations, Wallops. But what I do here is the drop-down menu. So you put tfr.faa.gov, it will bring you to this homepage. And, like, all you have to do is, I'll go to the drop-down menu here. Obviously select Virginia and all the notice to airments, what that means, and, like, it will give you the TFRs. And here it is. That's what you're looking for, space operations. And obviously here's the date that was filed. I guess it was approved. And here's the dates for. So they added another one. I don't know unless I missed one. So I guess it's July 30th, 31st, second and first. I mean, first and second. So you could click here and see what the NOTAM is for. It's obviously flight restrictions, and he explains all this stuff. A lot of this stuff is aviation information. Like if you're a pilot, you probably know how to read some of this stuff. That's pretty cool. Well, that's it. We got 4 days, I guess. Hopefully we get it. We get it going this time around. They make it happen. That's it. That's the only thing I like. We have. Like, are you guys excited for the Archer? Was anybody adding anything other than Rock Lab? Anybody buying anything or waiting? What's anybody's plan? Construction. Yeah, I'd missed Joby at 10.2, to be honest. I should have, but even I looked at Joby at 11. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know why. You know, sometimes you got that thing in top of your brain, like talking to you. You know, it's not good. Yeah, like, and I didn't buy it at 11 when I was ready to pull the trigger, and I should have done it because it went up to 17, so it would have been a good deal. But whatever. Sometimes you convince yourself not to do something, and that's what I did. And oh, you live in Dubai, huh? That's actually pretty cool. So you saw Joby. Oh, that's actually very cool. Semi Archer, huh? Yeah, I do have a little bit of Archer that I got like $9, $10. Not a lot. I keep it in my portfolio. I want to see a little bit more out of these two companies. I think they are way out of the money. Still have a lot of investments to do and a lot of progress to do before I actually feel comfortable in jumping in more. But I like the two companies. I like Joby and I like them. I like Archer too. Somebody loaded, Scott, you loaded Joby at 5 and 6. That's actually really good. Congrats. That was a great one. And what else we got? Nothing else in there. We're obviously adding Archer and Joby. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty much like Rock Lab's my #1 position. And I do have a little bit of Archer. I got Kratos. And not after that, like I think I got a little bit of Rivian. I got Redwire. I've been adding Redwire. Joby is pretty good. I agree. That was insane. Anyone plays? I like this question. Now, Kathy Woods, I think, is adding Lunar. She saw Kratos and she saw some Rock Lab again. And she's adding Lunar. Anybody else jumping in with Kathy Wood or like I don't know, Lunar after the last attempt, the second attempt to land on the moon and that bad failure again with the same problem. It was an altimeter problem. I decided no, I'm not gonna stay for that. Like I sold the Lunar Precision real quick and moved that thing to like Rock Lab or Redwire or something else. I was not gonna gamble with my money and like 2 failures and the same. That really got upset because like I mean you fell once and then you fell twice and it's the same problem. I'm like, nah, I'm not investing in you guys. Get out of here. Oh yeah, Kathy was being added BMNR. How's that going for her? Because I heard that thing, all those crypto stuff have been like crashing, huh? People are complaining about it. I've seen this guy crying on X about his bet play. He went down, I guess he lost $50,000 and he was like saying that there's something wrong, crying. And the whole market is going down. Kathy Wood. Lady Kathy Wood. Didn't that BMNR, like that thing went down? Like, let me look it up. I didn't play with that one. I have played with crypto a little bit. I make Ethereums before. I set up like a rig back in 2016, I think, when it was worth it, and I had like 3-4 GPUs, pretty good GPUs. I had the rig like in my house, and I was actually making Ethereum back in the day. I made a few coins. But it went up at one point. It was very cheap at that point, 2016. It went up more than double, and I sold the coins. And I don't take a lot of risk with like crypto. I'm not a crypto guy. I like space, and I rather keep my money on RKLB. Let me see how that BN stock is doing. That thing did horrible, didn't it? I guess it's going up the hours. When did Kathy add it? Because like it's going up. It looks like it's going up now. Let's remove this. Let's add something else. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that 1 month, I guess it peaked and had 135 back in July 3rd, and he's now sitting on 32. That's crazy. That's like minus 100. Oops, that sucks. Whoever's been buying, whoever bought like there, that's no bueno. Luckily, yeah, I'm not into that stuff. So anybody into that BNR thing, like, Ethereum has been doing fine. Treasuries are blowing up. Yeah, the Ethereum. I don't know. Everything is. I mean, everything. To be honest, and I talked to some people and we were all agreeing that the market is being. I mean, it's been running up like slowly, like or sometimes fast, and like. I mean, we was due for a little bit of pullback. It's not bad. If you have cash, that's why you always gotta have cash on the side so you can jump in and actually get a good deal. Sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to buy cheap and sell high. You want to pay less for a company that you know is worth more. SBET, dilution, BNR buys at this price. The dilution is mad, yeah. I think I did more like SBET. Yeah, those two are getting hammered, huh? Let's see this percent best. I'm going to wait until they get their Ethereum reserve up right now. It's a horse race. Yeah, I agree. We got here. I choose RKLB and Lunar as my space play. It's been both since 2021 brought, so I can trade freely with no tax. That's awesome. That is good, but I mean Lunar. I mean, good luck with Lunar. Like I said, like what it did. RKLB, I like RKLB because they got obviously the rockets to get stuff into space. She's a hard technology to do. They obviously only SpaceX is pretty much the only player out there. I mean, even ASTS, even Amazon is using them to put their constellations, Kuiper up there. Yeah, rockets are hard, so I like that RKLB were able to figure that out. They're working in the medium rockets, and they're actually into space systems too. So I really, out of all the other ones other than SpaceX, RKLB is the best bet, I think, in my opinion. And that's why I'm deep into. That's why we have this. They have the Haste. They have everything. Lately, we've seen Peter Beck out there, like all over the place, talking to all kind of people in Washington, congressmen, generals. He's doing it. He's putting in the work for us. So I actually appreciate that Peter Beck actually dress up, and he doesn't like wearing ties, and he's actually putting on a tie for us to make us money. So I do like that and appreciate that he is hustling for the team. And you have to love a CEO that does that. What else you guys got going? I mean, everybody's into the Ethereum, huh? A lot of crypto talk here. Yeah, this God never touched crypto. I like tangibles. Yeah, that's kind of like what I have to like. My idea was that I did good with Nike. I gotta tell you guys that. Like I did, but NKE when it was like in the 50s. I'm like, this deal is just too much of a good deal. I sold it like 2 days ago, maybe like Friday or Monday. I sold it recently. and that was a good profit. I should have kept it, but it was really good profits. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put it on the side, cash in case stuff like this starts happening, and I can buy. You have Lunar since 2, so you're doing good with Lunar. But I mean, that deep after that failure, how was that? I mean, that was a deep dive down. Like, yeah, 2 is like crazy. When did you get in? When was Lunar 2? That is crazy. Your Roth is like 600% now. That's great. Congrats, man. Lunar at 2. Pretty decent. I sold my Lunar. I actually made a profit though, because I didn't get at 2. Probably like, I don't know, what did I get Lunar at 6 when I got in? I don't know. But I sold, and then as soon as that failure happened, we was watching live. A lot of people was really into Lunar. A lot of the space investors and like on X, everybody was actually looking live. Everybody was paying attention to it. That second failure, as soon as you see it, you saw the cameras rolling, you see all the confusion, you saw the faces of guys looking at the computers, like you could read their faces that everything went bad, that something went wrong. So a lot of people decided to just go ahead and like hit that sell button, and I did. I said, oh, and like whatever, I want to keep my money. And good thing I did it right away, because that thing just kept going straight down. It was crazy. But I mean, you're holding on. I think they're doing good. Kathy Wood believes in it. She's selling freaking RKLB Kratos to buy Lunar, so she probably has some information out there that they're gonna get more contracts. But you know who got a contract was like Firefly. Firefly is about to obviously to do their IPO, symbol fly. But they just announced they got a new deal with NASA. Let's see, they got a new lander. I guess 4 now. Let me pull that up for you guys. Firefly. Let me look it up. If you guys saw the news, well, they were contracted for a new. This to the screen, share screen. Firefly share. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you see, we got so Firefly has awarded another NASA contract. You see, we are over the moon to share another blue ghost. When Firefly was awarded another NASA contract for the 4th mission. So I guess they got 4. They did 1 already. They're working on the second one, and I've seen that they have posted some parts already. They're putting it together. And so we're taking our landing experience to the South Pole, I guess this time, with 2 rovers. That's pretty interesting, and 3 instruments to evaluate the moon resources. That sounds like an interesting mission. But listen to this, guys. Like, I really right away had to make a comment, because Firefly, for some reason, doesn't like to give credit to their partners. I don't know why. They've done it like maybe once, and it's almost because they were forced, I think. So I put like, any partners on this one? Are you guys doing everything in house? I just wanted to ask, and nobody. And this guy's like, Firefly is on an absolute roll. I would not agree with that. Firefly, excuse me, Firefly made it to the moon. The Myriad Rock Lab was a big part of it, and like they provided solar, they provided guidance, they helped them with the whole navigation, like guided navigation systems and landing and everything. But Firefly just, I guess they want to take the whole credit, and they have an IPO. Yeah, that was a 100. Oh yeah, it's 100. You say 150. Says 177 million. Yeah, that's I wonder. I asked. Yeah, that's right. Redwire also was part of that. I think they said they provided some great cameras. I mean, their shots were really amazing. And Redwire has some really good stuff too. Like, those views from Redwire's cameras were amazing. But yeah, they don't really give much credit. I would have loved if I would have loved if in this post like Firefly would have said like something good about RKLB and Redwire or any partnerships they're gonna be working with, but maybe hopefully at some point they do it. Interesting enough, let's see something. I think that RKLB doesn't even have anything on their page about any other lunar landers. Let's look at the missions, upcoming missions. Now that I think about it, that's very interesting because for the first one, RKLB did had their the Firefly mission here in the upcoming missions. So let's look it up real quick together and see. They had him here, but I don't see anything. They had the lunar, the blue ghost, but there's nothing here, I don't think. Let's see. It was here for the first one, but it's not there anymore. That's why I asked the question. I'm like, are you guys going to have any partnerships, or are you guys going to do it all on your own? Because I mean, it looks like they're going to go for to do it on their own, but RKLB is not posting anything. Maybe they get a subcontract, but I will think that for the second one, they're already working on it. That if RKLB was going to be part of it, RKLB would have like posted something on their page, like for future missions, no spacecraft programs. Because they have it here, but nope, there's nothing there. So I wonder if they're gonna try to do it on their own. That'll be interesting. This is a good question. What do you guys think about that? Is anybody here afraid RKLB might issue equity in the next 1 to 2 months, like ATM or anything like that? I don't know. Like they could. I guess go out there and try to get some fundings for some stuff. I don't think I'll be afraid of that. I think they might do it. Like, what about if they come out? Like, I was thinking about that, and I actually was talking to Leanne about that. How about, because we try to think outside the box, like how Chris will say here. That's what we do here. And we were talking, like Liam and I earlier this morning, texting, like, bro, what about if August 7 or even for August 27? What about if they come out and say, like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do another ATM. What will people do? You think you guys start selling this stock? It will be bad for the stock, or it will be good? I told Liam it depends. If they come out with a good explanation on why they are doing why they're doing an ATM or something similar to get more money, like I think it will be a positive if they come out with a big plan and show it. Like, oh yeah, we're doing it. Just we need to expedite like some programs, and like we need to do it for our satellites, for the satellites. We got too many customers, too many requests, and we want to expedite it and put our constellation up in space. Maybe this price is not bad. I don't think if they have the right idea and they put it out there, I don't think it will be bad for the company. I just can't be positive Firefly after not acknowledging RKLB, max guidance, navigation, solar power. Brett, I agree with you, buddy. There is something about Firefly. First, like I liked at the beginning. I'm like, oh, they got a nice rocket. They obviously did years back, maybe 2-3 years when RKLB. I was invested in RKLB, obviously. I'm like, oh, Firefly looks interesting. But then their CEO is kind of not the new one. The last CEO was kind of funny. He will say like they had like one success and like 2-3 failures, and he was trying to say that they're like the leaders in the small launchers, and like that they got like 4 success missions and that was a lie. He will say stuff like that like his wording was like not right, and like I used to call him out X all the time, and then come to find out he had to resign or he got kicked out of the company because he was messing around. Oh my gosh, who played that song, the Coldplay? He was doing the Coldplay. Oh, the Firefly CEO was doing the Coldplay before that. before the other guy got caught doing the co-play. Oh my God, yeah, the Firefly CEO got caught doing the same thing. That was funny. I should do a meme about that last CEO. You just gave me an idea. I'm gonna do a meme of that Firefly CEO, man. That co-play, like, yeah, he was messing around with like an employee, and then they have to like he had to step down or they fire him. I don't remember, but the new CEO seems like a better guy, but still, like, I really hate they have never give credit to Rocket Lab for, like you said, for the guidance, navigation, all like everything. Rocket Lab did a lot for their missions, like behind the scenes. And I don't know, I'm the type of guy that, like, if you're gonna do something and somebody's helping you or you have a partnership, you should give them credit, man. Come on. Like yesterday, there's no. I'd rather you give credit to a company than not. And like if you have a partnership, I think that's the way you have to do it. That's just me. But I am with you. I probably won't even invest in them just because of it. They're like that pisses me off. And yeah, no credit to that. And no credit to Redwire too. Redwire did a few things. They might have done radios too. I know cameras for sure. But no, Redwire has some good radios and some other stuff that they provide to the companies. I think Redwire is actually doing some radios for Rocket Lab. They're doing something for the SDA satellites for Rocket Lab. But yeah, I am with you 100%, Brett. I don't like the Firefly does this kind of stuff. I did put the question. Any partnerships? Or are you guys going on your own on this one? They won't make it on their own. And the thing is that landing on the moon, obviously, we've seen it's very hard. Like a lot of people have tried it, and you have to give credit to Rocket Lab with their software and being able to go out there, land on the moon. And a lot of people have the capstone like somewhere back here, maybe my capstone mission, like right there. That's the capstone moon mission. That was hard too, and they did that back a few years back, and that was hard too. And they were able to, Rocket Lab was able to do that mission and put that satellite on an elliptical, like a different orbit that nobody tried before. So Rocket Lab has some great software guiding, like the Max guidance and navigation. I'm with you, like it's a really good program. And not getting credit, it kind of sucks. I'm pretty sure that if Firefly would have tried it on their own, their product would have crashed. Just like Lunar and the Japanese other companies that tried it. It's not that easy. So I do hope that Rocket Lab at some point goes out there and tries to do their own lunar lander. I mean, I don't see why not. We're going to Mars, and when you look at that Mars mission, like, why can't a Mars lander? They can make it, I'm sure, like modify it and make it like a lunar lander. Why not? Because you already, it's almost like Electron. You do that Electron launches, satellite launches, and then you did something like to it, and you modify it in some kind of way to do the haste, and it does the haste missions now too. I am sure that like Rocket Lab, they're smart enough where they can make their Mars mission thing a lunar lander. I mean, think about it. They already have all the data from the Capstone and the Firefly missions to actually for the guidance and the navigation and all that stuff. They're pretty good at that. So I don't think making a lander, and they have done the Pioneers with like for BARDA reentries here on Earth is hard too, and all the orbits they do around Earth. It's pretty like hard stuff that they do, and they don't really get credit for it. Sometimes I don't know. Like for me, it's kind of like why not make your own lander and try to get one of these contracts from these guys that don't give you credit? That would be funny. Like that would have been fun to actually if Rocket Lab comes back and like does a whole moon mission because these people don't want to. They just want to take credit for everything. I would just done it on my own. Missions, I think it's the you go on the Mars orbiter. I just want to show you something. I wonder how hard this looks 100 times. The Mars mission has to be even like 1,000 times harder than going to the moon. So why not make this thing right here a lunar lander, modify and make it a lunar lander, and bid, go and outbid freaking Firefly. He says hey, Firefly stuck the landing. That's a win. Yeah, I mean it's a win. I take it as a win for RKLB. I agree, but I mean, like I said, like they're just not giving up credit. That's why. That's my problem with Firefly. Yeah, well, what else we got here? Let's see. I wanted they want. If they wanted, they would have done it around 50. I agree, man. I was thinking. I was really thinking, and I think we probably talked on the chat that the maybe RKLB. I know Liam, yeah, definitely brought it up a few times that RKLB should do what ASTS did and like do ATM, but they didn't. I guess they don't need the money. You went through the shot. If you're a long-term holder, who cares about ATM if it is for good reason? I agree, Johnny. That's what I'm saying. It will not scare me at all if they come out do another ATM like ASTS, right? A lot of them have done it. Even I think Blaska recently, and if they do it and it's for the right reasons, just I mean, 50 would have been a great idea. Why not go out there and get some money and expedite certain programs? Like I said, like maybe that constellation, just push it out there because there's obviously there's a lot of interest from both the DoD, Department of Defense, the government here in the United States, and maybe in Europe too. And obviously people like Peter Beck over in Europe more than Elon Musk. So why now try to push the Flutterlight constellation faster out there? I think an ATM will be perfect for that. Like just to whatever equipment, whatever they need out in California, the factories, like for their space systems, and just start pushing these babies out. Even if it's another acquisition. I hope they do a shelf. I think they will do only dilute 30 plus if they need it. It says best CNC wants to lower his average. Man, yeah, I mean everybody would love to lower the average. When you have a good company, you know, like any time the stock dips, it's great to jump in because you know you're getting a deal. I mean, even like right now, I have a lot of shares, but if RKLB dips more, I added, like I said, added at 45, 44, 43. I think I did hit. I did get some at 43 today for sure. I know I did. Didn't catch the 42, but it keeps going down. I'm definitely adding because I mean these companies is gonna go up. It's in defense. They have so much great stuff that they're working on, and you see Peter Beck out there working. He's working like congressman. I mean, there's something going on behind the scenes, and I think as soon as we get an announcement of a contract, it's gonna be great. Hello, June, how you doing? Let's see what you got. Brett says, I think knowing what RKLB have achieved, we are looking forward to Neutron Lounge just warn everyone. I agree, man. Like right now, Neutron, I think is just I think I worry about more like not worry, but like I think the ATM at this point will be more for space systems. I think Neutron is just something that's gonna happen. Neutron is gonna happen. Look, I mean, we saw the pictures of the pad. The pad is pretty much ready. It's being opened in August, so in a few weeks here maybe. So that's pretty much done. Then we just gotta get the Neutron parts, I guess, equipment over there. It'll happen. Peter Beck will make it happen. He's been in Congress. I'm sure they'll make something happen. And so I'm not afraid of that. Neutron is gonna be a done deal. Neutron is happening. So that's why ATM or anything like that for me will be more for space system and the Flutterlight. Yes, if they want to push to try to get their own constellation. Because remember, they wanted to do a SAS, satellite as a service, I believe what they were calling it. And just like put a satellite out there. And if the company needs it for something, they can just pretty much kind of like do like just rent it to you, or you just gotta pay fees, monthly fees, like kind of like the cloud stuff, like yeah, well the AWS, and they do that's what they want to do, which is a great idea. Francisco, are you into any positions outside of space? What? Tesla, but I traded, I bought it again, but Tesla. Let me see what else I got out there in space. I got Kratos, but they kind of into space too. Drones, defense. That's defense play. I got Rocket Redwire. I don't have a lot of positions open right now. There's some companies that I trade, like I got added Coca-Cola and it went out to 68. I like to play that one too. When it goes in the 60s, I usually buy and sell in the 70s. It's been playing good for me. There's certain companies that I keep out there that I buy above Nike in the 50s, sold it like 78, and I just play around with this. I like big companies like that when deep, they take a deep to acquire some of them, even if I have to hold them for a little bit, because I'm not worried that I'm gonna lose some of my money, but I know that my money is safe in there. And if they go up, I get a little bit more cash to invest in the companies that I like. That's how I play. Everybody does however they want to do it. Francisco, what's your total port size? Is it a million plus? Uh, is my portfolio is big, it's large, but I work in the military for about 20 years. I retire, so I do take a little bit more risk. My portfolio is, I guess, an average size for somebody that is my age. I just don't want to say financially like how much money I got. Sorry, but like it is good for me, good enough for me to retire. But I do have a retirement coming in. Like I do have like money coming in from other places. So, but it's a good size. I don't like to talk about how much money I have in my portfolio. It's kind of personal to me, and you never know who's listening. But it's kind of like it's a safe. It's a good portfolio. I'll say that. He says Francisco Live, let's go. Space investors, my man. He's there doing the same thing that I'm doing. I got dip in and bought some more red wire and rock lab today on the way down. I think that's what I'll be doing. I think you have to be disciplined and smart and let it go down a little bit more, maybe just add a little bit. And it's patience, man. It is hard to do. Once you, patience is so hard in the market. Oh my God. But you kind of like have to fight it. But yeah, yes, I'll try. And I struggle with that sometimes. I'm like, oh, let me add a little bit, and I just add like 100, a couple hundred, and whatever I want, and then I just and then I wait and see how the next day is, what's going on the next day and the next day, and we'll see. And I add a little bit on the way down, and then when those, that's just how I play. And then when it starts going up, when a lot of the stuff that I add on the way down, if it starts to go up a lot, then I might sell some of that in for a profit. That's just how I play. He said, "How old I am? I am in. Should I tell you my age? I don't know. That's like PI. That's like personal information. That like I'm in my 40s. Let's say that. I'm not gonna say it's early 40s. And so I don't want to put too much PI out there. Somebody can figure me out. But I'm pretty young. I retired young. Obviously, I did the military route, and I'm just doing investing and other stuff. Oh, you're 24 and you're at 50K. Was 110 almost half. Yeah, man, 24 is good. You should take a lot of like more risk than other people. Like that's usually what they say, but that's not bad. Now 24, that's pretty decent. It's hard. Like in your early 20s, man. When I would, first of all, when I joined the military at that age, you're lower ranking. You don't make that much money. So it's hard to invest a few $100s here and there and to build up to 50. It's hard. Once you get to 100, if you're able to keep it from 100 and up, it should start like to get easier. At least that's what Charlie said, and I think it's true. But then trying to get to a million, once you get like over certain points, you should be good. But at 24, you're doing great, man. You'll be all right. You probably get to a million by 30. Yeah, before that, if you do the right place. Let's see. June said that she added 50 shares today around 43. Couldn't help myself. June, I'm in the same boat. I couldn't help myself. Yesterday I added some at 44 or something like that. Today I added a low 43s too. And I added more. Just to be honest, I added a few red wire too. I just added some red wire, and I'm just probably gonna. If it keeps going down, I'm probably gonna keep adding. I'm not putting all my money into it. I'm being kind of conservative with this one now. I'm keeping it. I'm gonna play it slowly, see what happens. And the market decides to go up from now, I don't care, to be honest. If it goes up, I'm fine with that too, but I'll add slowly. Let's see what Glenn. Oh my God, the new Glenn. If New Glenn can't make window, any chances blue and gold on Neutron? You know what? I don't think they're gonna make the window. You saw they were saying like, oh yeah, New Glenn is back in full speed, whatever, like for the next launch. But they show only the part where it has like the fins. And yeah, if they were supposed to launch, I think they had it no earlier than August 15 for that for that for the Mars mission. But that's not happening for the escapade mission. That's not happening. There's no way that's happening. I needed to see like a whole rocket out there, like doing some hot fires and doing some light stuff, and they're not even close to me to that point. That's not happening. Now the chances of them launching on Neutron is probably not gonna be high. I don't know. That's a good question, but NASA already contracted this to New Glenn, and I believe it was a very cheap deal. So I don't know if they can. I mean, they could take it away. I mean, Rocket Lab got deals from Astra and other companies that they couldn't. Uh, uh, Virgin Galactic, I think we got theirs. We got Astra. I don't know if we got anybody else, but uh, yeah, hopefully. I mean, but I think Neutron. Just like Petersberg says, like, oh, the demand is out there. The demand for launchers is crazy right now, and I think Neutron is already like booked for the first few Neutrons and the first few launches. I think they're already booked, so I don't know unless they can fit. I don't think the satellites are that big, so maybe they can fit it as extra in there. I don't know. I'm sure they could do it. To be honest, I trust Peter Beck, and I believe it that he could definitely do it. If there's some space in that Neutron to put those two satellites, I think he'll do it. That's for sure, 100%. And yeah, I like that. But I think they're gonna leave that one for New Glenn for now, just because NASA is getting a great deal to launch those satellites with Blue Origin. Which I don't know, Blue Origin is lacking big time. I think the next launch we'll see they will have the engines, the Blue Origin engines is ULA. ULA is launching pretty soon here. I want to see that one. I think I can see it from my house. I'm in South Florida, somewhere around there, and I can see the launches out of Cape Canaveral. What is this? Like naked. Many total shares you got? Oh, she told the shares. I'm sure put that like. Yeah, June said 10. That's a pretty decent position. That's really, really good. By the time you get into the tens of thousands of shares, that's a very solid position. June is like a wall out here. But yeah, that's good. Hey guys, a new IPO will be at August 7 Firefly Space Station. Wait, the IPO is on the 7th? No, wait, I'm not even interested in it. So like, is it really on the 7th? Oh wow. That is funny because the 7th is when is obviously when Rocket Lab is gonna be doing the earnings goal, and all there like it's a Redwire too. There's a few companies reporting earnings on the 7th, so that is very interesting. Where did you get that on the 7th? I didn't know they already set a date, but that is very interesting that they decided to do an IPO on the same date that like Rocket Lab is doing the earnings. Yeah, Rocket Lab, Black Sky, and Redwire. I think they all three are reporting earnings. Yeah, 35.40. That thing. I don't know. IPOs are weird. It's probably gonna go up like crazy. Maybe not. The market right now is red. Maybe not. The market is going negative. I think a little bit on us, but I don't think it's worth 35, 40 if you ask me. I think it will go down. I'm not playing with it. I don't. I'm not gonna buy Fly. I mean, it's not interested. I don't think they're better than Rocket Lab, so I'm not gonna mess with that. It's got 100,000 K number. Why? Number becomes easy to multiply. I wish. And the problem is like, yeah, I see what you're saying. When you get to a certain point, like, and sometimes you make a lot of money very fast because this happened to me, and then you make mistakes. Like I took money out from big positions. I was in my 20s, man. Like I bought a really good, a lot of good companies at really good prices. Like Microsoft 35, I think. Facebook in the 30s too. I bought a lot of good companies. It went up. It was going up. It was doing really good. And I sold some of it, bought myself a nice BMW, and then I made some. Decided to take higher risk with other companies, and it's just stupid. Sometimes you just gotta, I guess, learn from your mistakes, but sometimes you just gotta be able to be disciplined and just know that if you got a good company, just keep your money there while you look for another really great opportunity. Like sometimes we just want to jump into something else just because we want to make an extra dollar, make your portfolio get bigger pretty fast. But now you're doing good. Just the discipline of like trying to like control yourself when to buy and when to sell. It's hard, man. Everybody, I think everybody struggles with it. I struggle with it. I'm sure everybody does. And we all looking at that. I mean, if you're like me, you're always looking at your portfolio, like, and you're always like thinking, "Oh, what should I do?" And you got to stay disciplined. That's how you get it. Today was rough. I agree. Today was rough, but guess what? We are still up a lot, so we are gonna have some rough days. We're probably gonna have a rough week, and we are gonna have something unless we get some golden dome. The golden could be a bit of a red. Firefly don't know. Where are the launches? You know what? That's right. Firefly was smart in posting that new blue goes contract today. You know what Firefly needs to do, in my opinion? They need to give an update about Alpha. Where is Alpha? Maybe you should tell them like maybe we should ask like Firefly. Okay, thank you. You're telling us about blue goals. You don't tell us about your partnerships because we know Rocket Lab is a partner. What happened to Alpha? When are you guys launching on the next Alpha? Because you guys had a failure the last launch, and there's no updates. We don't even know what happened. Like they have to put a report out there, and like they have to tell all the investors like, hey, listen, this is what happened. This is how we fixed it, and like here's the next launch. That's what Peter Beck did. Peter Beck came out. They did a whole PowerPoint presentation, and Peter Beck walked everybody step by step what happened and how they fixed that thing. That thing was amazing. And yeah, when you got somebody like Peter Beck, like why would I want to go to Firefly? Firefly, I don't know. They have too many failures. They have to get their stuff together out there. I think honestly, the lunar lander would have been a failure if not because they had like Rocket Lab on their side. And I guess Liam and Chris did bounce on us today. I think they sold all their Rocket Lab, are sharing all their shares, the Red Wire, and they just gave up and be like, all right, no more Hustle Brothers today. We're done. Let's see, Firefly is Cedar Port, Texas. Yeah, in Texas. Oh, and you only got that works. Oh, you know somebody that works at Firefly. I will buy, but oh, you will buy Firefly. I just don't know. I think that my money is safer with Peter Beck and Rocket Lab, to be honest. Firefly haven't shown me anything for me to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I mean, how many launches that they had? They have like 70% failure rate on that Alpha rocket, and like I just can't do it. It's too risky for me. Yeah, I'm like June. I have a full portfolio. I try to keep my portfolio around tech companies, but I play with like some of them. I try to keep like a core of like 5 companies, like strong core of like 5, and then I trace some other good ones when I see opportunities. But yeah, definitely Rocket Lab is on the top up there. Hmm. Best CNC, all of my money is either up in the air, space drones, eVTOLs, or in server Palantir Ethereum. Palantir is good. Palantir was at one point my biggest position, like, and I started like selling it. Palantir is good. I know a lot of people there, a lot of retail investors into Palantir. Let's see here. I saw my Joby. What a mistake. And now just have Arch. Yeah, man. I was saying earlier that I wanted to get into Joby, and I almost pulled the trigger at 11, and I beat myself for not doing it. Because right when I was thinking about it that week, it started going up like crazy and went up all the way to 17. So I'm like, oh, that would have been easy money and pretty quick. Well, it happens, but it happened to me too, Christian. Don't worry. I like drones because the iterations and manufacturing is more rapid. I agree. Drones are good. That's why I like actually like Kratos, because Kratos are doing very high tech drones. The government here, and I guess Germany actually, Airbus and Germany did a deal. Like not Airbus, yeah, Airbus and Kratos did a deal with Germany to supply drones. And I think it's the Valkyrie, yeah, the Valkyrie. So it's good. Kratos is good with drones. That's why I mean it. A recat is good. A red cat is good. Pick some up. And here's June. I have a lot of conventions on Beck and Spice. I do too, to be honest. Like that's what kept me through the whole hard times, hard years. Like we was at $4 for man for like forever. It felt like forever. And I kept adding. I'm like, I don't know. Like learning about Peter Beck, reading, like watching all the YouTube videos that are out there, like and learning about the company, seeing all the progress and how Peter Beck works so hard. Like it's just it's easy to trust these guys and trust that your money is gonna grow with them. So that's what I have with them. For me, Firefly is not the same. Sorry, it's just not. I mean, it looks like I'm the most broke here. God damn it. Man, you know, bro, you're younger, you in the game. Let me tell you what, like, as long as you're in the game, you're learning. You already had that experience that you went up and then you had a big loss. That's a big experience, man. And then we all go through that. I've lost a lot of money, especially at the beginning. But it's all learning experience. And you have to take it for what it is. You'll get better at it. And that's how you learn, and that's how you make it at the end. Rather do it now than later on. Red Castle's found. I have to look into that company, Red Cat. I don't really know much about it, but it's interesting. I know 3 people that work there. Oh, you do have some Rocket Lab. That's good. That is definitely good that you have some Rocket Lab. And Beck is the gold standard for leadership. I agree, man. Beck is such a gold standard, man. Beck is the man. The way he carries himself is totally different. He's not out there like some other CEOs that we know. But yeah, Becky's a great guy, man. He's a hard worker. He's self-taught, like scientist, I guess, rocket scientist. I don't know. Like he's so amazing. It's hard not to like the guy and the way he carries himself. Oh, people are telling to sell Palantir. Some people are always going to sell something. There's always people out there saying, telling you to buy something, sell something. It's all the way up to you. It's all to the person to know what they're gonna do with their money and their positions. I did, Basti C. I did sold a lot of Palantir too. I didn't. I mean, it gave me a lot of money enough to like increase my rocket lab. It's good. They are in around Rock, Texas. Kratos. Kratos is good. Man, a lot of people are in the shot. I guess BM is doing a good job, like telling people to you in the shot. I got a lot of quick, which is good because I'm by myself. Leanne and Chris didn't make it, I guess. By great companies, you believe and hold them in downtimes long term. I agree, June. Buy a great company you believe in and hold them in down times long term until they play out. You guys won't believe, but that health company that's getting hit now, the United Health whatever company, like UNC, I think is the symbol. I bought that company back in 2008 or something like that, and it was extremely cheap. I look at my taxes from that year, and I had it, and I sold it when it went double. Like if I would have kept that company till now, I think that position by itself would be worth $1 million. Same thing with like my Microsoft and my Facebook. Yeah, sometimes it's like long term. Looking back at my taxes, long term would definitely be the best way to do it. Yeah, that playing around is cool and it's fun to trade. I keep money on the side just to trade and have some fun because we all like it. Space investor says for the dopamine. And I guess, yeah, I do need my dopamine and I do trade like that sometimes. But I try to do it smart too. But yeah, long term is the way to go. Find some big ones and just hold it for the years and you should get it there pretty quick. That's a lot in one stock. You're brave. Who got a lot in one stock? I have a lot on Rocket Lab. Like I have a lot in Rocket Lab. But yeah, some people, I mean, there's, I guess everybody has to invest different ways how they think what works for them. But some people will tell you diversify. There's some other people will tell you like, hey, if you find a good company, a great company, and your conviction is pretty high, and you did your DD on it, you could have one company. If you trust in that much, you could have a company, just hold it. It works. It works for some people. And I mean, I think, in my opinion, I'd rather be in one company that I know that company from top to bottom. And like, I did my homework and I trust the management, I trust the board, I trust like how they do business, the CEO. Uh, yeah, I think I would rather have a company like that, like Rocket. I think having a bunch of positions in my portfolio and actually only know a little bit about all the companies. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with Rocket Lab. So honestly, I wouldn't mind even putting all my money, like sell all the other positions and put it in a Rocket Lab. That's how much I trust the company. Not financial advice. I'm not doing it, but everybody has to do their own thing. But it would probably work. Yeah, yeah, I wish. He says, yeah, I wish I had 10,000, about halfway there. Oh, you about halfway there. It's 10,000 shares of Rocket. That's good. He says, will you keep the, I'm about $10 a share forever. Nancy Pelosi owns a bunch. Nancy Pelosi, like, oh my God, you follow her portfolio, like in her place. UMAC. Yeah, that the Pelosi portfolio. Uh GY Kiwi. I man, in the years since it was $4, and some people know this, I will do something similar. Like I trimmed some Tesla, like I trimmed some Palantir, and but I traded this years ago, and not Tesla and Palantir. I wasn't trading them, but other companies I do trade them and make money, and I roll them into Rocket Lab. That's how I got my position to be where it's at right now. It's pretty decent size. And yeah, I mean, if you believe in the company, I don't see how that could be a bad thing to do. I have heavy plays, middle plays, and little plays depending on conviction. I agree. That's CNC. That's a great strategy. That's a great strategy. Here Captain D might be making an appearance. Oh yeah, Tank. Like maybe tomorrow. Like that's what Chris was saying. No, not tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow might be out of Wallops. Wallace Vantage, because I think that Chris has contact with him, and he is out there like watching, like on standby for that for the Haste. He has his cameras out there. There's a few people out there too that you see him on X, and that's kind of cool that the community is growing that much that people are going out there to watch the Haste. So I'm sure we'll see some cool pictures out of Wallops as soon as that Haste launch. But Wallace Vantage is out there, and like he, I think, offered Chris to come live, like I guess when it happens. So we'll see. And yeah, Captain D2 should be making an appearance at some point and talk about maybe that Pat is something about Neutron. It'll be cool to have him probably, you know what, after the earnings, just because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get pictures of Neutron or something. And he's very technical. He's very savvy. I mean, he's an engineer. I'm pretty sure. Like I think he's going to school to be an engineer. But he's obviously an engineer, pretty savvy, smart guy, and he can explain a lot of stuff on detail really good. So it'll be cool to have a captain here. Let's see. My heavy plays are UMAC, RKLB, and Kratos. Kratos is good. Yeah. Got heavy play there too. Like adding to red wire. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, no I say it, but it's exciting times for space for sure. Is there anything else out there? Sponge? Rob, how you doing, man? It's only me today, bro. Like Chris and Liam, they saw the market crash today, and they rang the bell on me. They're like, nah, man, we're gonna retire from the Hustle Brothers. We lost too much money. Our portfolios went down. They couldn't take it. And let's see what else is out there for news. I know Blast Guy, like, I guess, got another wins next phase of U.S. Navy optical inter-satellite. That's some news right there. Let's see what else we got. The Canadian Space Agency is funding a lunar rover for I guess $14 million. Canadian must be 10 million American. That's cool. Canada is getting into the moon. Yesterday there was news that Italy is getting into the moon. So everybody's trying to get there. That's good news for Rocket Lab, I'm sure. For Redwire, for everybody. Space is good. Oh, your haters tells Alenia and Space Italy to develop the first lunar human outpost. So yeah, they're Italy and Canada, everybody's jumping, funding stuff for the moon. This is great news. That's good stuff. Let's see what else we got. If I find some news, let me see. Before I shut this down, Leanne and Chris didn't make it. Yes, Spire Global was awarded European Space Agency. The ESA gave them a weather data contract to Spire. Oh, that's good. Spire got a little contract there. Dawn Aerospace. I like this company. This is another New Zealand company. Let me bring this up. Let me bring the screen up. Show you guys a little bit what I do when I look through all this stuff. I do this like daily. Like I go and I look at everything out there. Oh, no. I guess we look at it right here. Dawn Aerospace joins the European Defense Agency. That's really good. This company is not traded. It's a New Zealand company. This is good. They not traded. New Zealand, I think, is another spin-off. Dawn Aerospace spin-off out of Rocket Lab. That I believe the guy worked there or something. I don't know. And but Peter Beck, I think, is involved in it. I don't know if he's helping finance it at some point, but Peter Beck has all these startups that he helps fund at the beginning, and he's involved in a lot of companies out of New Zealand, more than what people think. The guy's a genius, and he's helping other people. Taiwan rocket dreams take flight. Interesting. Taiwan getting to that. MDA space selected by Canadian Space Agency for early phase study lunar utility vehicle. That's some great news today. I like it, man. When I do a research in space development and I see all this news, all the countries, Europe, Canada, United States, everybody spending money. Is good for us because we are obviously space investors. And let's see anything the missile development. Missile, let's see. Oh, Lockheed Martin was awarded a 2.6 million contract, billion, 2.6 billion. What a contract modification. Now it's just different type of missiles. It's an interceptor. Okay. Golden Dawn may not be the golden ticket Silicon Valley is hoping for. Was that the news that came out in the middle of the day that made Rocket Lab and Redwire everybody crash? Let's see what this thing says. TechCrunch. We put good stuff up. 7 a.m. Golden Dawn, Trump administration gambit to build the next generation missile defense systems. Has startups that long-standing defense contracts preparing to do like a piece of 151 billion. Well, why do they say they might not be best? The process to qualify a 151 billion contract vehicle, essentially an umbrella program, is stacked against most startups. I don't like that. Not because of their tech. Instead, the smaller companies may be drawn by multi-layer, expensive bureaucratic. I agree. I see what their point is, but the good thing I think for Rocket Lab at least is that they are being noticed. Rocket Lab is becoming a multi-layer company, and they're actually getting close to being playing with all the big boys out there. They got space systems, they got rocket launchers, and they're doing rocket launchers better than all the old boys. So I don't know. I think Rocket Lab does have a chance. And is there anything else in that? 10-year contract called Shield, scalable homeland innovation. I don't know. I still think that Rocket Lab can and will be part of it. I can see if you're talking about like a small startup that started like recently that doesn't have the experience, but Rocket Lab has a lot of experience under their umbrella. And they acquired the Mynaric and the GEOST, and they have other stuff. I think they do have a chance. Oh, that's right. There was a Kiwi says the Mynaric is very close to having Rocket Lab the main owner. Hopefully by Q2 meeting. That'll be sweet. Yeah, there was some news about Mynaric that came out, I think, yesterday. So I agree. It's obviously getting closer, and we want that to be under the Rocket Lab umbrella. I am with you, my brother. Yeah, the Golden Dome, I'm not worried about. TechCrunch said that if you are a smaller company, even like smaller like Redwire, maybe you're smaller than that, like I can see how it might be a problem when you're competing with Lockheed, Nordstrom, and Boeing. I guess I can see that, but Rocket Lab has a lot of space systems and other stuff, and I think they should be able to get something. Anything else that pops here? I'm looking for something. No, nada here. Let's see. DARPA has everything. DARPA selects quantum computer. I think space investors is bringing on Wednesday night. So tomorrow he has the show like at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. on X. And he's going to bring somebody to talk about quantum computing. And the quantum computing is very interesting, especially because they are trying to bring quantum computing to space and data centers and stuff like that in space. That's something interesting that I want to listen to and get more information. IonQ. Anybody here investing in IonQ? IonQ is an interesting one. IonQ is interesting. Nothing here. Spy satellite agencies, law enforcement. I'm looking for anything else other than like the Firefly. We know that. Does anybody got any breaking news that we need to know that I'm not aware of? Maybe I can go on X and see if I can find something. I know RKLB right now is going through the quiet time. They usually go silent before earnings, and I think we're in that window. Like, yeah, we're only like a few days out, and we probably not gonna hear anything anytime soon. So, at least any big news. If we were, they gave us pictures from the pad, and I was thinking that was a surprise because I honestly thought that those pictures that were gonna save them for the earnings call for the 27th, but they were kind enough to tell us, oh, here's some pictures, guys. The pad, the Wallops pad, will be open in August, so a few weeks, and that was very nice. I thought they were gonna wait for the earnings call. So with that, I hope that they have something bigger for us, and I think they will have something better for us for the earnings call. Because why would they show us these amazing pictures with the progress when if they don't have anything else for us? That's just what I think. But yeah. Okay, so I don't see anything else out there. I'm looking. I am looking for any news out there while I didn't get ready for this. I was just out doing some stuff. I decided to go hit some golf balls because I know the market was bad. And yeah, there's nothing else. There's no breaking news, nothing. So I think that's gonna be good. Liam and unfortunately, Liam and Chris left me here by myself because they're too afraid. The market went down. They don't want to show their faces. I'm joking. They're working, but maybe you guys get them tomorrow. I think unless you guys got something, got anything, question or something to share, I think we can call it a night. I think we went through the news, whatever's out there. Firefly, I think the announcement today was a good one. We're just gonna go right into the earnings next week. And I think that's about it. I don't think we have anything. Hopefully we get. I don't think we're gonna get anything new from RKLB for the next few days. So I think it's gonna be boring. Well, other than our launch tomorrow. Hopefully we get the Haste launch tomorrow. That's other than that, I don't know. I think that's it. Tomorrow might be a good day. This is obviously the Haste thing, the Haste program by Chris with the Hustle Brothers. So hopefully, I hope we get a Haste because the market is not doing very well. So a Haste will help out a little bit. Even if it goes down, sometimes you get a little bit of news to slow your stock down a little bit. But yeah, finger crossed. I agree. Finger crossed. We get the Haste. We get Jake 4 out there tomorrow. Again, we got like 4 days to get this done. Hopefully, whatever the problem was last time got fixed. If it was weather, hopefully the weather's better. And we got all the way from tomorrow to the 2nd. We got the next 4 days. There's TFRs in the area for the same time. That's like between 9:30 p.m. Eastern, I think, to 3 a.m. So keep an eye out there. Maybe we get it. Bro, thank you. Anybody has any questions, anything else? I'm gonna be so excited, to be honest, now that I remember this. Haste J4 is gonna get me very excited. It's gonna be the first one for the year, and hopefully, I'm just hoping that the cadence of Haste starts picking up after this one. Hopefully, we start getting one after the next. I know that for sure. I think 2026 Haste is gonna pick up. That's what I'm thinking. No, that's what I know is gonna happen. Actually, 2026 forward, Haste is gonna start moving. I noticed, like you guys noticed that the tower next to Haste, it was keep being worked on, and you see that you could see like they had the scaffolds, everything working on them, but they're done with the water tower there. I don't know if that had to do something with it because we haven't had a Haste or the regular Electron launch from Wallops, but that tower is looks like it's done. Whatever their maintenance or whatever they were fixing, updates that we're doing, and hopefully the cadence to start picking up. I will be very happy with that. Hayes definitely will bring some extra money and more cadence to Rocket Lab. It's always good. What time tomorrow, man? He does it like I think they set it up for 6:30. Say Rocket Lab needs a social media marketing person. I agree. Not only that, but sometimes you go to their page, like you go to like Rocket Lab's page, and you go like they don't do the best job. Like I just gotta be honest. You go and you click on an Electron or the launch, and they're still showing. Oh, they updated it today. Good. Maybe they updated some stuff, but they I checked yesterday. They were still showing on their Electron 67 launches, and that shit pisses me off to be honest. So I agree with you. We need some social media marketing person, somebody that takes care of media like better. If you go, let me see. I send a message about this one. If you go to About Us and you go down, yep, it's right there. I'll show you these guys. I was gonna stop the stream, but I gotta show you guys this because this pisses me off. Maybe Peter Beck can see it. But we have this, and I send them messages about it here and there. But the About Us, watch this. You go there, and then what you see? 63 launches. Why are you not like updating your About Us page? And like, why are you not doing a better job on that? Like that for me is not acceptable for a company like Rocket Lab. I'm just sorry, but I'm not happy with it. And there's some stuff that they do like that. Like if you go, oh, like the other thing, if you go to the main page, where's that video that plays? Oh, it doesn't play anymore. I thought this thing had a like a video. Oops, but no. Well, anyways, like on the main page, maybe because I'm sharing the screen doesn't do it, but that main page has the old Neutron on it, the first one. You know, like why you guys still have that one when you guys have like updated the Neutron so many times? It drives me crazy. Let me see what you guys got. Other than that, like I don't know. I agree. We need better media. Yeah, man. Like I came in today. Thank you. Like I'm gonna head out. I'm gotta walk my dog, and I was just trying to keep the daily for them. They were both busy. Liam is out there with his cows and chickens, whatever. He's busy at the farm taking care of some animals. Chris is out there digging stuff, like doing his work, and I figure I jump in and keep it going. But hey, thank you guys. Oh, you checked it the Rocket Lab Fish Daily like me, right? And it does piss you off. Yeah. Yeah, man, like that. Like how are you gonna have like I don't know. It's just they need to do a better job updating some stuff. But like yeah, this thing shouldn't happen where you go here and you see yes, they were still showing 67, but then you go to About Us and like it's showing 63. Like really you guys cannot go in there and like in all your tabs and keep everything up to date. And I'm sure they gotta add more people here too. I'm sure this is outdated. We have more customers. You know, yeah, that does pisses me off. I guess I don't know if I'm too picky, but certain things I think they need to fix. Yeah, I guess they stop it. Like they had a video at the beginning of the on the main page of the website, and he had the all Neutron, and that used to piss me off too. But anyways, somebody says that we see 100. We will see 100. When I don't know. At some point, we'll see 100. we would totally get 100. I tell you what, before I go, to get to 100, we need Neutron on the pad. We need a better picture painted by them, like telling us what they're gonna do with the satellite. There's who are the partners commercially or DoD, or what are the constellation plans, and another contract by the government, Golden Dome SD or something like that. We'll get to 100. You're a defense company, and I mean they're doing a great job, so they'll get to 100. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. All right, everybody. I'm Francisco. I'm like helping out here with their Haste program that the Hustle Brothers are doing, and I'm just gonna call it a night. Thanks for joining. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for being so active in the chat too. I kept it fun because being by yourself here in front of a camera, I don't like it. I'm very shy. I don't like doing this, but hey, I love the company. I love RKLB, so I'll do it. It's not as easy. I told Leanne and Deji, all these people that do it, I give them a lot of props because it's not as easy. And sometimes, you have a lot of information in your brain, and when you sit in front of a camera and you look at yourself and you hear yourself speaking, your brain is going faster than what you can speak, and it's not that easy. But thanks everybody. Thanks for showing up, and yeah, cheers to everybody. Even if we pull back, we'll be back up. I'm not worried. Good night, everybody. Thanks.